Liver is one of the most nutrient-dense foods in the world. It is notably high in iron, B vitamins, vitamin A, and also copper. However, this incredible superfood is pretty polarizing. People either tend to really love it or really hate it. There's not a lot of middle ground. Today I'm going to share with you my very favorite way to enjoy this wonderful superfood. Even if you think you hate liver, I hope you'll give this a try. You might just change your mind. All right, so the things that we're going to need today, obviously, without further explanation, we need some livers. Today I'm using Muscovy duck livers. You could also use chicken livers, beef, venison, whatever kind of liver you happen to have on hand. We're going to be using some aromatics. You can really play a lot with this and do whatever suits your preferences. I have a bunch of sage from my garden, some bay leaves, garlic, and onion today. You need some fat. Today I'm using butter. That's pretty traditional. It adds so much nice richness and flavor. But in a pinch, you could also use lard, tallow, the duck fat, Arinder schmaltz. That would also work wonderfully. And you need some kind of acid to just bring it together. So that can be some apple cider vinegar. I'm using some homemade plum wine from 2022 today. You can use any kind of wine or really flavorful spirits or even flat beer. There's a lot of room to play there. That'll bring its own flavor as well. You can use either fresh or previously frozen liver. Either way will work fine. A good healthy liver should be uniform, dark brown, slightly burgundy color. It should not have any little white polka dots on it. That is a sign that the animal was in poor health before it was harvested. So look for a liver that looks something like this. First thing we need to do is trim out any remaining connective tissue that might be attached to our liver. So as you guys can see, you can do a lot of this with your fingers, just pulling these little connective bits out and trimming them away, pulling all the little pieces of liver that you can off of that sinew. And don't stress too much if you don't get all of it, it'll be okay. Now that we've got the liver taken care of, the next thing we're going to do is get a little portion of butter added to a frying pan. For this amount of liver, between 2 and 4 tablespoons of butter is gonna do the trick. We're just gonna pop this on the stove, low heat to get melted while we get the aromatics going. While the butter is melting, we're going to go ahead and get our aromatics diced up. We're gonna start with some garlic. Next up, we have onions. This onion is my pride and joy. It was my first year growing onions in my own garden. And I definitely made an oopsie and planted most of them a little bit too deep, so I ended up with a lot of very cute little baby onions and one proper large onion. So we're gonna use this one today. We're gonna get this added to our butter. We're gonna turn this up to medium now and add the rest of our aromatics. So whatever you're gonna use today, I'm using a bay leaf and also some sage from my garden. And we're just gonna saute this until the onions are translucent. Okay, it's time to add our liver and whatever kind of spirits or acid you're gonna be using. And now just a splash of this plum wine. After about 2 to 3 minutes, we're gonna go in and make sure all of our little liver pieces get flipped over because we want them to cook on both sides. And we're going for medium rare here. We want the outsides to be browned, but we do want the middles to still be a little bit pink when we're done. This looks perfect. So, a lot of people do not know that the organ meats are actually the most nutritious part of the animal. And as somebody who harvests my own animals, it's such an amazing way to be able to honor the full life of the animal and also just not waste anything. It's really important to me that I use every part that I can. So I'll be sharing more nose to tail recipes in the future. I'm just taking the herbs out because they won't blend up very well. So if you're using ground herbs instead, you don't need to do this step. Only do this if you're using whole sprigs of herbs. We're just gonna get this poured into a dish. It's cooled down just a little bit, and if you have an immersion blender, pour it into something that you can use that in, and otherwise pour this into a blender. I'm gonna use my immersion blender today. You guys have heard me say it before. I love my immersion blender. They're inexpensive and just ridiculously handy. So I'll link this in the description again. And if you don't have one, you can do this in a food processor. You can blend this up all the way really smooth like I just did, or you can leave it a little chunky, totally personal preference here. All that's left to do is to get this into jars. Now, if you're planning to use this relatively quickly, you don't need to necessarily have sterilized vessels. But I am planning to store this for a little while, so I'm going in with sterilized jars, and we're just going to pack it pretty tightly. The current modern guidelines for storing pate is that it should only be kept in the refrigerator for about 5 days, maybe a week tops. Now, personally, I have kept them in the refrigerator for weeks and it's been just fine, but use your own good judgment here. Definitely nobody wants to get sick from bad liver. And that's partly preparation. If you are planning to keep it longer, sterilized jars are really important. And you can also freeze these. They freeze really well. So that's an option for longer term storage as well. Since I am gonna keep these a little longer, I'm gonna leave a little extra headroom. And I'm going to just top these with a little butter that will cool and make a fat seal. And then that will keep in my refrigerator or root cellar for weeks. Topping the jars with a melted fat like this creates an airtight seal and helps prevent spoilage. So think really, really old school. Before we had canning, we had this. This liver pate is delicious dipped with veggies on a piece of toast or crackers. It's at home on any charcuterie board. It is really delicious. Thank you guys for joining me again today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please let me know, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend who might also enjoy it, and tell me what you thought in the comments. I'll see you next week.